I had skin cancer right above my ankle in the back of my leg. And it was just this little thing that started bleeding and never stopped bleeding. And the scary thing was it was regular. It was basal carcinoma. So it wasn't the worst one, but it was literally a 16th of an inch away from my bone. Hey everybody, this is Diane Gilman, formerly known as the Queen of Jeans on KBCHSN, but now the proud host of Too Young to Be Old and Fashion Thursdays with Diane, which is where we are today. Have you ever thought about building a wellness wardrobe? A wellness wardrobe of curative clothing. So finally, fashion could become a multitasker and be doing something for you and I. And you're thinking to yourself, wait a minute, what is curative clothing? Okay, so here's the big news if you haven't already gone through it. As you age, there are just naturally going to be aches and pains and swollen joints and God knows what else. And wouldn't it be great if, as you were dressed fashionably and you loved your look in the mirror, you also were beginning to feel better because your clothing was actually working for you? And that's what we're going to discuss today. So when we talk about living better as we age, I think wellness wardrobe, curative clothing, I like to call it fashion-suiticals, really comes into play. And it empowers you because it can become so curative that it's the best years of your life enhanced. And when we talk about this, we're talking about compression, shapewear, honestly, solutions for lymphedema, solutions for temperature gauge, both hot and cool. And we've got some great examples. So if you're saying, wow, I could actually be wearing clothing that made my shoulder joint or my knee socket or my hip socket feel better, yeah, actually you can. And I do. And I started form a wellness wardrobe several years ago without being at all aware of it. But you know, it is a growing trend in industry because in our industry of fashion, because I was speaking to someone and we are just talking just generally. And I said, well, so what do you think of leopard print this fall? And the answer was, whoa, it sure came back quickly. We are little fashion hamsters on a hamster fashion treadmill where it's the same stuff again and again and again to the point where you can closet shop. So I've said that a million times, and I've also said, I wish I had clothing that I could wear, feel good in, go out in, and it would be problem solving at the same time. So let's begin our journey into fashion-suiticals and our wellness wardrobe. First thing I want to say is all of your reactions to each of these types of is very, very individual. Some of them have worked for me. Some of them have been much more obvious than others in creating what I want to call solution-driven clothing. You know, the real truth is, girls, we've got that pair of leggings. We've got that blazer. We've got that turtleneck. We've got that trench coat. We've got it all in our closets already. What we don't have as we age are ways of living every moment more pain-free and more healthful. I am a big fan of Copper, Tommy Copper, Copper Fit, and I'm sure there's more brands than that, but I've literally peopled my closet with Tommy Copper. I use the long sleeve t-shirt that's supposed to give you better posture. I don't know about the posture end of it, but I do know that with lymphedema in one arm, because I had all my lymph nodes removed on my left side because of breast cancer, and general achiness as it either gets stormier or gets cooler, I have found that the copper is definitely effective. Now, when I speak about effective and I'm speaking about curative clothing, I'm saying maybe you're going to feel 20% better, but that's a lot. And I wear Tommy Copper, copper infused t-shirts underneath. I'm wearing one underneath my sweater right now. I wear them in the summertime in white. They have a perfect crew neck t-shirt look, and then I'll layer over them. And you know what? I also use a copper elasticized knee sleeve, kind of a brace. It's kind of a little bit chunky, but it's knit, and it's knit to show you where your kneecap should go. And at the very least, one thing that is comforting is warmth. And what does copper do? Copper motivates blood circulation. Blood circulation motivates temperature control in your body. So I will wear the knee brace. I wear Tommy Copper pull-on compression stockings, just knee highs, which I think is really good for me. And you see, I'm saying I think it's good for me because honestly, these items, I wouldn't be wearing them every day because it takes a little while to get them pulled up and on if I didn't think that they were really doing a service to me. But I'm in my late 70s and I've got aches and pains. And, you know, they're not the kind of aches and pains where you can run back to a doctor every 2 minutes. And I do not want to take external drugs to block the pain in my brain, but not help the problem. So I'm thinking, okay, better blood circulation from my knees down, better blood circulation through my knee, and definitely for my shoulder joints, which have been very achy of late, you can really see there is an improvement. Now, a lot of people do not believe in this, and that's fine. But you know, you might want to take an attitude. My clothing is not serving me correctly. I'm a multitasker. I'd like my clothing to be multitasking too. I'd like it to be the right color, the right fit, look good, but be serving a health purpose. So for Beauty Over 50, women ask me all the time about my hair, my makeup, and my skin quality. I have to tell you the truth, and I never thought I would say this a year ago, ever. I was totally resistant. I now get my beauty products, my skincare products, and my hair products all off of Amazon. I used to think of Amazon as like, oh yeah, okay, I'll buy my cat food off of Amazon, but I'm not going to buy my skincare products. But they've got everything I want, and they've got everything I'm craving to use. So, Charlotte Tilbury makeup, which is top of the line, Amazon. La Mer skincare, Amazon. Wow hair products, hairspray that honestly defies gravity, Amazon. So I created my own Amazon storefront. I'm showing you everything I'm buying, including I'm just going to start showing my new self tanner, which I got off of Amazon. And the link is in the caption below. This is revolutionary because you know what? maybe you're like me, you lead a super busy lifestyle, and suddenly you come up to use makeup one day and it's like, yikes, oh my gosh, the bottle's empty. Yeah, no problem. When you go to Amazon and you literally can get delivery the next day on most of it, it's a great way to shop. It's so easy to see these products, and I'm behind every single one of them. They are fabulous, and they are all on my Amazon storefront. And I never thought I would have an Amazon storefront for beauty and hair, but I do. And I think you're going to find items that you become as addicted to as I am, like wow hairspray. I can't live without it now. I think I would go bonkers. If you are a beauty and glam girl like me, or if you're just somebody who loves taking really good care of your skin and your hair, Amazon has it all. Visit my storefront. I'm so proud of it, ladies. And then let me know. Let me know what you loved, how it worked for you. I can't wait for the good reviews to roll in. The link, again, is in the caption below. I have also bought copper infused leggings. I was wearing them almost every day this week, and you know what? I think it makes a difference. Look, here's the point. If you have a choice and you're saying, you know what? It's worth a try. Yes, most of the items we're going to talk about today are more expensive than just going out and buying a regular pair of leggings for $19.99 or $29.95. But they're not doing anything for you except covering a part of your body. So I will tell you that in terms of health and wellness, amongst our age group from 50 on, there is definitely an increased demand for comfort, a desire with acting upon it, right behind it, for solving small but relatable and constant health problems. I consider minor levels of pain to be honestly one of those problems. And, you know, for women over 50, it really is a forefront of a trend to adding to your self-care. And it is, in its own way, a form of self-love, saying, you know what, I want to be the best I can be in every single moment. So here's what I don't know about copper, even after wearing it for several years. How long does it last? How many times can it go through a wash? Is it woven in? Does it work forever? All I can tell you is some of my older t-shirts and leggings still seem to work. And it's so easy to buy. I either go to their website or, of course, the mecca of shopping for everything. Amazon has it all. Now, there's something else that for me was a huge issue. When I went through chemotherapy, I came out with super, super sensitive skin. And that means that if somebody else can go out in the sun and maybe they can stay out for 30 minutes with no kind of SPF on or anything, they're okay. For me, I'm not kidding, it's 3 minutes. And so that barred me from getting vitamin D. It barred me from socializing in relaxed situations for spring and summer. And then I found Rash Guard. I don't know if you've ever tried it. It's in several different brands, but it has a 50 plus SPF against the sun, but it also has a weave in and of itself that blocks out 98% of the sun. And almost everybody I know past the age of 50 has had some form of skin cancer, including me. So in order to guard against that and to not get all the skin irritations you can get and to not have sun damage on your skin, I truly recommend it. And the truth is also that there are so many good looking brands now with rash guard. I was just trying to look up the one that I like the best. I'll try and find that towards the end. But it really works. And even if you're going in a swimming pool, do yourself a huge favor. Wear their long sleeved, high neck tops. They go in the water beautifully. They come out and dry. They also will wick out a lot of your body moisture if you're in a very, very heavy climate, like let's say Dominican Republic. And honestly, it is such a lifestyle choice. The truth is, I wish I could say the sun was still good for you, but I went through skin cancer in a weird place on the back of my ankle. And oh, by the way, they now have leggings you can wear so that while you're hiking or doing activity, you are also not exposing your lower extremities to high sunlight. These are an excellent way to let yourself know you're taking care of you. So I had skin cancer right above my ankle in the back of my leg. And it was just this little thing that started bleeding and never stopped bleeding. And the scary thing was it was regular. It was basal carcinoma. So it wasn't the worst one, but it was literally a 16th of an inch away from my bone. No flesh back there, right? And if I had let it go on, I would have had bone cancer. So even if you just see a small irregularity on your skin, that is part of curative clothing, trying to take care of all of that. And this stuff really, really works. Now, I still don't just go out and sit in the sun, but if I'm someplace and I'm in a resort, I will go in the pool with that on, and I will definitely come out and sit in the shade with it on and let it dry. And just look for the term rash guard. It's so great. So great. And they have got so many fashionable choices now that I would probably buy some of it even if it wasn't rash guard. Okay, now let's talk about something none of us want to talk about, but most of us have over 50, and that is cellulite. Cellulite comes from a lack of good circulation and the fact that we retain a lot of water as we get older, and it has nowhere to exit, so it sort of sits on top of the skin. Mass and Slim anti-cellulite slimming shapewear. Now that is going to boost your blood circulation and your lymphatic drainage as well. Although I am wearing today lymphatic drainage leggings. So we're going to talk about lymphatic drainage to begin with. That's perfect for someone like me. I have no lymph nodes on my left side underarm to protect me. Lymph nodes help take all the impurities out of your blood and drain them out of your body. I have a consistently swollen left arm because no lymph nodes. And weirdly enough, I got a swollen right leg. So these are leggings. Do I know if they work? No. And I'll tell you why. If you're going to buy them, know two things. Number one, they're not going to have the same amount of stretch, probably about 20% less stretch than an ordinary legging that does nothing for you but cover your body and make you decent to go out in public. But I cannot really go out in public with these because they've got little gel polka dots all over them on the inside, about half an inch apart. And I think that those are either supposed to be massaging you or they contain something that makes your blood circulation heightened and you start to get lymph drainage. But I bought them too big. I think you've got to go for either your perfect size or even a size down so that whatever the mechanism is in those little gel polka dots, and they're all raised on the outside, so you would look pretty freakish walking out in them, like you had internal measles or something. You can't wear them out in public, but I do wear them around the house because I'm a firm believer in trying to help myself from the aches and pains of aging at every level. Cellulite, I'm 79 years old. Of course I have cellulite, but I don't think about it that much. But Mass and Slim, anti-cellulite, slimming shapewear does think about it, and they use something called tourmaline beads. Now, that may be the same beads I have in mine, although mine were a very different brand, which I don't think is around right now. But it says they're for massaging effect that boosts blood and lymphatic circulation. Oh, man, I am all in on that. And it also says, in its own way, that it can reduce sciatica. I don't know about that because that's not something I have. Thank you, God. At least one thing I don't have. But the key benefits, I will tell you, they're comfortable enough to wear all day long. And you can even wear them after surgery as a compression garment, but mine are too big. So I need to definitely get a new pair. And they're perfect for women that are nurses, frequent travelers, because it's good to be up in the airplane with compression on. And anybody who is seeking an improvement for cellulite, which would be all of us. Now, a lot of times when I think about shapewear, I think about something like Spanx. And when I was much younger, maybe 20 years ago, I would put up with the discomfort of feeling like a stuffed sausage. And in its own way, that is a form of compression clothing. But I cannot tolerate that today. So for me, and probably for you too, you're going to want to seek out brands that can give you that compression, but also be soothing and comfortable at the same time. Now, the one thing that I use compression for, especially in my legs, I tend to get a lot of water coming down into my ankles and my feet, and that is painful. And that happens because I do a lot of podcasts and I'm sitting all the time. I should be up and, on a treadmill. And so I have to say that if you are working with compression, there are some fantastic knee-high socks that are really going to work if your ankles tend to retain water and swell up. There are wraps, there are pads, and everything I get that's compression is a knit. And that includes Tommy Copper, which is not only copper infused, but also has compression elements to them. And I'll tell you something, the times when I don't use compression, retaining water in your legs and your ankles and your feet is extremely painful and uncomfortable. If you're somebody that works at a desk a lot, if you're somebody that is in airplanes a lot and travels, if you're someone on your feet all day in a sales position, these are efficient and so functional and actually come in colors that look cool. So that is, again, very, very easy to shop for. If you want it to be a dual garment, to be compression and also be functioning for blood circulation, then I suggest copper. But if you're just looking for a simple solution, compression stockings and socks, they don't look old lady. They actually in a year, especially this year and next, when it's all about loafers with socks underneath, they actually kind of look cool girl. And, I would love when we're done with this podcast to hear your feedback and your blowback on what you've tried and is it working for you? Aha. Now we come to something where I felt like an explorer and a pioneer when I discovered it, and it was only by accident. So, because I have to wear this knit brace on my knee, which is chunky and is copper infused, I am very uncomfortable in most woven bottoms because they just, if I like them to fit slim, but they won't accommodate the knee sleeve. So I've worn a lot of leggings in the last few years, but I'm freezing cold in the winter time. I live in New York City. I live across from Central Park. It gets cold. What do I do? Ha ha. I went to fashion ski wear sites, Gorsuch, Net-a-Porter, brands like Cordova, brands like We Norwegians. So Cordova puts out what they call an insulating legging, and it is ribbed. It comes in 3 basic colors: ivory, a beige, and a black. I wish they would do more colors. Cordova, please listen to me. And they've got a rib in them. And the philosophy is the way they knit them, and the rib actually captures and kidnaps your body heat and keeps it inside the garment. They are actually also meant as leggings. Yeah, you can wear them après-ski, but you can also wear them underneath ski suits if you're going into, extreme cold. I wear them as leggings, and they're very good looking. The up and down rib actually is very lengthening and slimming. And they make me feel cozy, but I've got one even better than that. We Norwegians did a basket weave 92% merino wool, 8% spandex legging. Oh my God, I'm just in love with it. It's so good looking. Both Cordova and We Norwegians. It's a matte finish on it, so it's not like shiny disco wear at all. But the woolen legging I love that thing. Have you ever had a garment you love so much you didn't want to wear it because you were afraid you were going to wear it out? Yeah, that's how I feel about it. And I got both of them off of Net-a-Porter. They're not cheap, but they're not terribly expensive. And if you prioritize comfort and environmental impact, these are great, especially the woolen ones. You know what? They're not shapewear, but they are definitely body wear. For those of us who maybe like me, love that silhouette of an oversized ski sweater and a skinny little leg coming out underneath. They're unbeatable. You can put a boot up and over them, but they're comfy. And that to me it changes my whole routine every day. And it makes me, I would say, more relaxed. Temperature regulating clothing can really be beneficial for how you experience hormonal changes as well. So if you are just walking into perimenopause, or you're in the middle of menopause, or frankly, you're at what you hope is the end of it, except it goes on your entire life, to have temperature regulating clothing is fabulous. I absolutely love it. And the one I love the most is We Norwegians. But check it out. We will list all of this. We'll list all the brands for you under subtitles of what they do at the end of the podcast so that you can activate and see how this fits into your life. Now, how about the fact that the majority of the year with global warming, I don't know how many, I think we had 35, 40, 100 plus degree days in New York City. Oh, ugh, do you know what that's like? And the pavement holds the heat in. I mean, they actually tell you if you're over 50 and you've got any health issues, don't even go out. So Arctic Cool women's cooling leggings can do so much for you. And do remember one thing in every one of these issues we're talking about: lymphatic drain, blood circulation, comfy warmth, life-saving cool. Your skin is the largest organ in your body. So to me, it makes so much logical sense to just be putting something against your skin that has a purpose and a goal of making you feel better or perform better. So, or, experience less pain, which I can tell you from some of my aches and pains, that takes up a huge part of your consciousness. And I want to get to a point where that is not a daily focus for me. So it's called Soft Touch Cooling Technology, and it creates a cooling sensation and adapts to your movements and your body heat. And, if you have heat sensitivity, if you have swelling, if you are living in a very humid climate, you will know that your joints, if they ache, they're going to ache 10 times more in a humid situation with, let's say, barometric pressure dropping and a storm coming. And this can truly make a difference. These leggings are absolutely a standout choice. And part of that cooling system is wicking your body moisture out and honestly allowing you to exercise more, take more care of you. And I don't know about you, but after any time that I exercise, I feel so much more energized and refreshed. And so I am honestly saying you may never think of fashion and clothing as a curative in your life or as a wellness aspect of your life. And trust me, I'm someone who loves shopping so much that I honestly think of that and being able to shop for fashion as mental health days when I find something I absolutely love, especially if it's on sale. And so I'm going to say absolutely for fashion pieces and outerwear and blazers are included in that. You can shop your closet. There is nothing new being invented out there that you won't look good in. I'm still wearing a trench coat from 30 years ago and it looks so cool. I love it. I hope it never dies on me. But I am definitely incorporating curative clothing into my closet, and it can become your layering pieces. It can become your new leggings. It can become, I also have Tommy Copper tank tops that hold my tummy in. So that's two things it does at once. This is about compression leggings. It's about lymphatic drain leggings. It's about warming or cooling. Because as you get older, you're also going to see that you have issues with staying warm and cozy. But whatever it is, I'll tell you what, I feel better about spending my fashion money when I've got multi-purposing garments that not only make me look great, but also make me feel so much better. And I swear to you, I am wearing the Tommy Copper long sleeve t-shirt today. I've got a real issue with my shoulder socket, and honestly, I don't have 1 ounce of pain. And I also sleep in sometimes in copper infused clothing. So when I wake up in the morning, I feel really together. I hope that you will go out and do a little research shopping on your new and hopefully building wellness wardrobe. And I want to hear back from all of you. I'm telling you right now, every single reaction from every one of you helps me know where to go with these podcasts, but also it is very individual. Copper may not work for you, but compression might. Lymphatic drainage might become your real thing. For me, one of the great additions to my wardrobe were my merino wool, close to the body leggings that are so warming and comforting, and then cooling garments in the summertime. We'll give you what we recommend is all the best brands. But you know what? Let's give fashion a chance again when it's fashion-suiticals, it's curative, and it's working for us. I am going to be so excited to hear from all of you and what you think about this. Personally, I love a bang for my buck, and that's where I think all of the suggested items come in today. Yay! Fashion over 50. We got them working for us, ladies. Thank you so much for listening to Too Young to Be Old podcast. The episode may be over, but the fun doesn't have to stop here. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at The Diane Gilman, or visit our website, thedianegilman.com. If you like the show, leave us a rating or a review and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. And until then, don't forget, age is just a number. Together, we'll prove that we are all too young to be old.